Hi everyone, I met Paul on January 1st of 2013, and in a kind of interesting circumstances that led to me calling him the Angel Paul for the first 3 weeks that I knew him. I was on the bike trip that Paul was on, not with him initially, but with a good friend from my growing up, and my friend had 10 flats, at least, on that day in 2013, and we had made it to the end of our patch kit. We just had 1 or 2 patches left, and we're 40 miles away from the next town at the bike shop, Jamestown, North Dakota, I think where he met with Denise, and we were on the side of the interstate, I-94, and thinking, there are going to be no other bikers here. We're in trouble. We're not going to make it there. We have 40 miles to go. What are we going to do? And we were standing with our backs to the highway, looking down at my friend's bike, and out of nowhere, voice from behind us says, "You guys need some help?" And we turned around, and Paul was standing there with his bike fully loaded. We introduced ourselves real briefly. He handed us a patch kit and rode away. And my friend Anders said, you know, he appeared out of nowhere, he saved us, and then he just as quickly rode away into the horizon. Like, he's an angel, like Angel Paul. And so went home, back to Minneapolis for a couple weeks, told many people the story about Angel Paul, probably the most miraculous, memorable part of the first half of our trip. And then I got on my bike again in early July, probably the 10th or so. And a couple days into my trip, I was in northern Wisconsin alone. I wasn't particularly excited about doing the rest of the trip alone, but my friend had to take classes for the rest of the summer, so I thought I'd finish what I had started. And way up ahead of me, couldn't really make it out, but there was a little dot on the side of the highway. And after about an hour or so of pedaling hard, the dot was not slow moving, I could see that it was a biker. And after a little while longer, made it up to him and started chatting with him. After a minute or two, we realized that we had run into each other on the highways of North Dakota 3 weeks earlier, and he was the Angel Paul. And that started probably about a month and a half of our, probably the closest that we ever were to each other, when we were seeing each other every day. And I was able to pick up a lot of his good wisdom, heard a lot of great stories. Rob and Dale, Denise, the 3 of you mentioned daily at least. And just met one of the nicest guys I've ever met, a true role model, and a true friend. For someone my age, most of my friends are a lot like me and have experiences similar to me. Paul is a notable exception. He came with so much experience, but just in the way of life, so much good advice, but also so much compassion and humility. He never talked down to me. He really felt always like a friend. And we stayed in touch the last 3 years. It'll be, 3 years. I think the 21st was when I ran into him again in Wisconsin. And so it'll be 3 years on the 21st that we really kicked it off as friends. And I'll always remember him as a great friend and always a great role model. During part of the trip, his myasthenia flared up and he was wearing an eye patch, which I thought was incredible. He, by the way, did not slow me down at all. 20-year-old guy, I think he was 64 at the time, and we were going the same pace. He with an eye patch for part of the trip, but on those days when it seemed like things could be going better, he would repeat this simple phrase that I remember and think about often, and it is what is, what isn't, and no matter of wishing or wanting will change that simple fact. Thank you.